Cristiano Ronaldo, a name that echoes far beyond the world of football, a name that represents hard work, obsession, sacrifice, and greatness. But behind the fame, the goals, and the trophy lies a story most people don't fully know. A story of a boy born into poverty, fighting against all odds, who rose to become one of the greatest athletes in history. This is the relentless rise of Cristiano Ronaldo. Humble beginnings. Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro was born on February 5, 1985, in Funchal, Madeira, a small island off the coast of Portugal. His family struggled. His father, José Diniz Aveiro, worked as a gardener and a kit man for a local football club. His mother, Dolores, was a cook and cleaner. Money was scarce. Ronaldo grew up in a small house, sharing a room with his sibling. At night, he could hear the rain dripping through the roof. But even in those difficult conditions, Cristiano had something money couldn't buy: a dream. From as young as 6 years old, Ronaldo was obsessed with football. He'd play for hours on the streets using anything he could find as a ball. Sometimes he'd skip meals just to play longer. His mother would later admit, "If football didn't work out, I don't know what would have become of him," the boy who left home. At just 12 years old, Ronaldo's life took a dramatic turn. He was offered a place at Sporting Lisbon's academy, but there was a catch. He had to leave Madeira, his family, and everything he knew to move to mainland Portugal. Imagine being only 12, living hundreds of miles away from your family, in a dorm with strangers, training harder than most adults. That was Ronaldo's reality. He cried almost every night. He missed home. He missed his mother. But he never quit. At 14, he made a bold decision. He would dedicate his entire life to football. No distractions, no backup plan. Just football. But then, disaster struck. Ronaldo was diagnosed with a racing heart, a condition that could have ended his career before it even began. Doctors told him he needed surgery. For most kids, that would have been the end. But not for Cristiano. He underwent the operation, recovered in just days, and was back on the pitch almost immediately. That was the first glimpse of his iron willpower. A star is born. By 16, Ronaldo was already training with Sporting Lisbon's first team. Coaches described him as unstoppable, a skinny teenager with dazzling footwork, lightning pace, and a hunger that scared older players. In 2003, Sporting Lisbon played a friendly against Manchester United, and that match changed Ronaldo's life forever. He tormented United's defenders with skill and speed, leaving them in awe. After the game, Manchester United's players went straight to Sir Alex Ferguson and said, "Boss, we have to sign him." And just like that, a new chapter began. Cristiano Ronaldo signed for Manchester United for $12 million, a record fee for a teenager at the time. Manchester United, the making of a superstar. At United, Ronaldo had talent, but he also had critics. Many said he was flashy, selfish, and more interested in tricks than goals. But Sir Alex Ferguson saw something others didn't. He saw raw potential. He became a father figure to Ronaldo, pushing him to channel his skills into end product. Ronaldo transformed. Day after day, he stayed after training, practicing free kicks, sprinting, lifting weights, perfecting every detail. He built his body into a machine. By 2007, the boy from Madeira was unrecognizable. Faster, stronger, smarter. That season, he exploded, scoring 42 goals and leading United to the Premier League and Champions League titles. At just 23 years old, Cristiano Ronaldo won his first Ballon d'Or. He had arrived. Real Madrid, the Galactico era. In 2009, a new challenge called. Real Madrid paid a world record $80 million to sign Ronaldo. The pressure was immense. He was joining the biggest club in the world, expected to deliver instantly. And he did. For 9 years, Ronaldo was a goal-scoring machine. 450 goals in 438 games, 4 Champions League titles, countless records shattered. His rivalry with Lionel Messi defined an era, 2 players pushing each other to impossible heights. Every week the world debated, who was the greatest? But behind the numbers was an obsession. Ronaldo was never satisfied. Even after scoring a hat-trick, he'd stay late in training, practicing as if he had achieved nothing. Teammates would say, "Cristiano is the most driven player we've ever seen. He wants to be the best at everything." And that mindset made him unstoppable, Portugal's hero. For years, Ronaldo faced criticism for not winning an international trophy. People said he could never do for Portugal what he did for his clubs. But in 2016, everything changed. At the European Championship final against France, Ronaldo was injured in the first half. With tears in his eyes, he was forced off the pitch. But instead of disappearing, he turned into a coach on the sidelines, shouting instructions, motivating his teammates. Portugal won. Ronaldo lifted the European Championship. And in that moment, he cemented his legacy not just as a club legend, but as a national hero. Juventus returned to United and beyond. After nearly a decade in Madrid, Ronaldo shocked the world by moving to Juventus in 2018. People said he was too old, past his prime. But once again, he proved them wrong, winning league titles and breaking Serie A records. Then, in 2021, he made an emotional return to Manchester United. The fans welcomed him home with open arms, chanting his name as if he had never left. Even in his late 30s, Ronaldo was still scoring goals at the highest level. And in 2022, he made history, again, becoming the first man to score in 5 different World Cups. The obsession with greatness. What makes Cristiano Ronaldo different isn't just talent, it's his obsession. He controls everything: his diet, his training, his recovery, ice baths, strict meals, endless hours in the gym. He treats his body like a temple, even refusing cake at his own birthday parties. His mentality, ruthless. He once said, "Talent without work is nothing." That's why even as he aged, he stayed at the top while others faded. Cristiano Ronaldo's story isn't just about football. It's about defying the odds. From a poor kid in Madeira to the most followed athlete in the world. From being told he wasn't good enough to becoming one of the greatest of all time. Whether you love him or hate him, one thing is undeniable. Cristiano Ronaldo's relentless rise is a reminder that with hard work, sacrifice, and obsession, greatness is possible.